Yeah, I got it. I'm recording
Cool.
now.
All right. How's it going, everybody? This is about optimizing your social media presence. I'm going to start it off and talk about best practices, talking about the platforms themselves. And towards the end, Chris is going to talk about command and how to utilize that for social media. So first of all, I'm going to just talk about Facebook, and we're just going to go through the different platforms and see how they work, basically. Um, the biggest question I get probably is differentiating your personal profile and your business page. Your personal profile is obviously you want to use that for personal use, talk to friends, see what others are posting. But this page also controls business pages and groups. So behind every page you see, there's a personal page controlling it, and you cannot do advertising on a personal page. It's only for business pages, and that's just a Facebook thing. That's not a best practice. That's just a rule that Facebook has. So if you want to use campaigns and commands, you have to have a business page. And the default post setting, you can change the privacy of each post if you'd like. The default is that only your friends can see it. So if you're trying to get your name out there, you're trying to, I don't know, use hashtags, get people to share it without manually changing your post setting, only your friends will see it. And then your business page, obviously, that's for like official presence for businesses. Anyone can find, view, and like your posts, and anyone can like your page without permission instead of accepting friend requests. If someone likes your business page, you don't have to do anything. They're already following your page from that. And you could do advertising. We've done a few campaign classes. It's on the YouTube page that we have. So you can view those past campaign classes if you'd like. And some good stuff. I suggest going into the Command Your Conversion Facebook group. There's a lot of realtors on there that are using campaigns and command successfully. They show what they post. They show what posts got the highest leads and things like that. And on a business page, you could have multiple admins. So if you're a team, you have an assistant, you have another agent on your team. You could all be admins of your business page, and you can all post on there. Chris, just feel free to butt in if you have anything to add with these. All right.
Yep.
Cool. And this is just basically breaking up the anatomy of Facebook. This is the newest update with Facebook, and I'm seeing I didn't get this update yet, but a few agents that I've worked with, they had this update. So I'm going to just talk about this, and this is on a web page, but it basically mimics how Facebook looks on mobile, and I'm glad they did that, so it kind of looks the same. So if your Facebook doesn't look like this, it will soon.
I think you can switch back to between this and what you have now. Like if you don't like this new version or you get lost, like I'm pretty sure there's a button on the top that says you can switch to the older previous version.
All right, cool. Good to know. Yeah, and again, this basically looks like how it looks on your phone. So it'll just be a little more familiar. So obviously you have your home page. These are where your notifications will be. This will be your profile. This will be videos to kind of browse. So it's not super important. Again, Facebook Marketplace, that's kind of like the Craigslist of Facebook. Not that important for business at least. Groups, if you want to go to the KWBAE internal Facebook group. You can find it there. Your direct messages will be here. You can see my mouse going around, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wish I had like a pointer. These are stories. Stories started on Instagram. So when we get to the Instagram part of this class, I'm going to talk about this again. Basically, stories are short 10-second clips that go away in 24 hours. And usually the content of stories are a little more casual, just kind of a quick thing like this is a great sandwich I'm eating, take a picture of it, post it on your story. It's not like a post that'll live forever, that a lot of people, the traffic of stories isn't as much as a post.
Can I ask a question about stories?
Yeah.
So Zach Younger recommended when doing video posts for like advertising and boost, he said 15 seconds max. Like anything over 15 seconds, you just don't get as much engagement. So
yeah,
is it possible that you could use a story then?
You could. Yeah, definitely. I've seen on Instagram especially, you'll get ads on your story. I haven't heard of people really using it for real estate, but it's definitely something to explore. And it's definitely very quick. You have to get their attention right away. I'm getting a few, I have to move these faces here. A few questions. Shivangi, good point. You could post your new listings and open houses on Facebook Marketplace. She says it's not the highest quality leads, but you'll get some. And yeah, Dominic, this is just the newest version of Facebook that's coming out now, so that's why it'll look like this. Cool. And then when you have a page, like when you have your business page, it'll just show up right here. And then obviously these are posts from people that you're friends with. I'm going to open up to questions that we have so far on what we just went over. We have any questions?
Doesn't look like it.
Cool. All right, we're going to get into Instagram. And again, I'm going to get into best practices and stuff after we talk about the different platforms. There are no separate pages on Instagram like there is on Facebook. How you have your personal page controlling your business page, it's not really like that. All profiles are the same on Instagram. So some people choose to have a separate account if they really they love posting about their kids and stuff, and they just want to keep business separate. And the personal page is just to connect with old friends and stuff like that. Feel free. It's totally up to you. But keeping it the same is great too. So you're kind of, especially for people that don't post a lot, keep it the same so you have a lot of content on there. Post those personal things and post those business posts. I think it's good to combine it. You can make your page a business page easily when you're going through your account settings, and there you can view analytics and see what posts are getting traffic and how many people are going to your profile, where they came from, and stuff like that. And that's really all that changes with making it a business page.
Is it free?
Yeah, that's free. And you don't have to make a new account or anything. It's just I can take my account right now and make it a business page if I wanted to. And obviously Instagram, you can only post photos and video with a caption, different from like Facebook, where you can have posts, You can post links. That's the one thing on Instagram. You can't post a link in your description. So if you're promoting a listing, I suggest putting that link in your bio. You can have one link on your, you can have like a website on your bio. I suggest putting the virtual tour right there. And when you're promoting that listing, say link in bio. So I go to Chris's bio on his profile, and I can just click that link easily. Instead of trying to remember what the URL is and then trying to type that in my browser, if that makes sense. The anatomy of Instagram. This little button, I don't really use it that much, but it is to, you can add a picture to your story, or send it to somebody. And that's what this button will do here too, your story. Here are all of the stories of the people that you follow.
Hey, Connor.
I totally lied. I thought we would see your mouse.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Oh, you don't see my mouse? So
I just wanted to tell you, I don't see your cursor anywhere.
Yeah, it was 100% my mouse that I was tracking your moments with, and I thought that was your mouse, and it's not.
You know what I'm doing? No, because I have my desktop and my laptop here, so I'm doing it on my laptop, but I'm sharing the slides on my desktop. There's a different mouse. You could see this, right?
Yeah, now we can see it. Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. So these are the stories of the people that you follow. And that brings us to another thing. You don't have to accept someone's request if your page is public. It's not like accepting a friend request or anything like that. You're just following that person and you see everything they post instantly. You do have the option to make your page private and only accept people's requests, but I suggest not doing that, because you want everybody to go to your page. You want, if I think that social media marketing is important, and I think that will help, say I'm a tech guy and I'm like, oh, social media marketing is the way to go. So I want a realtor that's using social media. If I look you up on Instagram and you're private, then I won't be able to see what you have, and I'm actually less inclined to follow you. More people are much more willing to follow somebody that has a public page. Obviously, this is your home page. This will just be your feed of people that you follow, so you can see. The search and page, that's where you'll search for other people. And there's an explore page, which is basically, it's not people that you follow necessarily, but it'll just give you suggested posts that you might like. Say I follow a bunch of dog accounts and I'm always looking at dogs. On my explore page, I might see a bunch of dogs pop up from other people. It's just a lot of suggested posts. And it's kind of, honestly, just like mindless scrolling. It's an endless feed. This is if you want to upload or take an image to post as a post, not a story. Here are your notifications when people like or comment, or new followers, and then this will be your profile.
Shivangi has a Instagram, Facebook crossover question.
What's up, Shivangi?
Thanks, guys. I know that I've been told that Facebook likes it when you post Facebook stuff within their ecosystem, right? So if you post a Facebook event, for example, that gets boosted a little bit higher. Or if you post your business page on your personal page, that gets boosted a little bit higher. And I know that there is a function that you can do to post things simultaneously to your Instagram and Facebook. So it just posts in both at the same time. So I guess my question is that if you post something on your Instagram and then share it on your Facebook, because I don't think you can do it the other way, but if you do it, in one direction, is that giving you the same, clout or whatever points that it would be for a Facebook internal ecosystem?
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure it does not do anything special. I suggest posting it separately for a few reasons. One, I haven't seen anything that says that Facebook will not promote your picture as much because it's an Instagram picture, because Facebook does own Instagram.
Right, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, I think in the past, before they owned it, that was an issue. I don't think they do that anymore. But the one reason why I suggest not sharing it to Facebook like that is because there are a few more things that you could do on Facebook, like putting links and things like that. You might forget to do that if you're doing it just from Instagram. Or if you want to tag people, it will only, say you want to tag some friends or something in there, or one of your, say you're a part of a team, Shivangi, and you want to tag Solberg Real Estate Group. If you do that on Instagram and then you share it to Facebook, it won't necessarily tag them on Facebook. So I suggest just doing it separately, just for best practices and things like that.
Totally makes sense. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem. Cool. I'm just going to get into some best practices. When you're setting up your accounts, it's super easy. Both platforms tell you exactly what to fill out, what to put there. They have some tips and things like that. So just make sure you fill out every bio, or fill out your contact information. Make sure you put a profile picture. On Facebook, especially on your business page, make sure that you have a header. There's a lot of good templates on command under Business Essentials that have a lot of good templates just to have a nice header on there.
One thing I want to say about the filling out of the profiles, make sure your information across all platforms is consistent.
Yes.
So that way it's always easy to find you. It's always the same. That's just.
Yeah, and that's a branding thing too. Don't have Dubé Team and then Connor Dubé Real Estate Group on another platform. Just make sure it's all the same, just to end any kind of confusion that there might be, right? And I think this question kind of made this class possible. What do I post? I looked up a few articles. I literally just typed in real estate social media marketing best practices. I had all these in my head. I just wanted to kind of confirm it with some other people online. Definitely post property photos. That's like the most engaging content that you could post. Definitely if it's your own, but also if another realtor maybe in your office has a nice listing, just ask them. Say, hey, do you mind if I just post a picture of your property? I'll tag you. I'll give you credit. Say it's your listing. Most of the time, they want to get the most exposure they can, so they'll say yes. And it's just something nice to look at. And say I'm just scrolling through my Instagram and I see a nice property, I'll like it. And on Instagram and Facebook, the more engagement I have with somebody, the more that they will pop up in my news feed. It's not in chronological order anymore. It's all about, it's targeted. So it's all about my engagement with that, with you. That's how much you'll pop up. Posting successful client stories is great. That's just self-promotion, just showing that you're the best and all that. You can definitely post a picture with your client or something like that. That's great. on command, there's great templates for testimonials too, with just a text box in the middle, super simple. Take an excerpt of a testimonial and put that there. Post company milestones when they happen, because that just shows that you're backed by a great company too. Like when we got on the Real Trends 500 this year for 2019, definitely post about that. Market updates, industry news, definitely talk about the market, how it's doing. For our monthly report, I gave 2 different templates. I mean, well, 2 different full graphics for the market update. One about units, one about price. Just take those and post them. If you want neighborhood centric graphics, go to command and you can just type in the neighborhood and it'll pop up all the information. How many homes sold this week, how many, the median sales price, etc. And post lifestyle stuff. If you go out to a cool restaurant, take a picture. Any local events you go to, definitely post that, because you want to be that local expert and you want to be relatable. And that's something that I like to see as a consumer. I just like to see cool things going on to do around town. Before we move on, any questions about this? Nope. I'm going to check the chat really quick.
That's okay. I'm
Cool.
checking it.
Cool. Yeah, I think that goes over that. And then other general best practices. Be consistent. I know so many people that just start posting on Instagram for a good 3 weeks and they're really good at it and they just fall off the face of the earth. It kind of makes that, it kind of makes it a little pointless. You really want to be consistent on there and just follow through. I also think it's part of it is looking at Instagram and Facebook. Just make it a daily habit to just go browse, and pay attention to what others are posting that you that you engage with. See what you related to, and just use that knowledge to make your content relatable. And I'm actually going to skip over to this bullet on the right to go along with that. Follow other realtors that are successful with social media. If you Google it, there's a ton. If you just type in realtor on social media, you'll find some. I tagged a few here. I
Just
think
pull these people from $1 million listing.
no.
Like the TV show. That's where they're from. That's where they're from.
I think only one of them is. I think
No,
I looked up a list and there's a ton of $1 million listing people. I tried to not make it all $1 million listing people. I think the first guy is though. But anyway, but they post great stuff, and they have some of them have millions of followers just from posting really cool stuff without being a $1 million listing. But yeah, definitely check them out and just see what they're doing. Follow a bunch of them so that you're seeing them every day, like what they're posting, what they're doing to stay relevant. Post in the afternoon, 1 to 5 p.m. generally. The day of the week doesn't matter much. I know we talk a lot about this in email marketing. It doesn't really matter. People are on it all the time. I know this is a big ask, but ideally you should post at least once a day on social media. Any more than that, you're a little annoying. People are going to be annoyed. And any less than that, you should post at least every 2 days, because I think every day is a little bit big of an ask, especially now that everyone's home. But you want to stay relevant and you want to make sure that people are still engaged. Post good photos. Make sure that they're good quality. They're not blurry, grainy. that they have bad lighting. You know, our iPhones and our Androids have great cameras, especially if you have a one from the past few years. It's really just about making sure that it looks good, and put yourself in the consumer shoes. Look at your post, look at your picture, and say, "Would I think that this is a good photo?" Sure. And being relevant and current, and that kind of goes along with going on social media every day and seeing what other people are posting. I put an example like social distancing jokes. Like, okay, we've been joking about that for months now. A post about a social distancing joke is just a little dated, and it's not really worth it. Before we go into Chris's part, does anyone else have any questions? Feel free to just shout it out. We don't have enough people on here to just start raising hands. Just feel free to shout it out. Nope. Cool.
One really good resource that I've enjoyed looking into, and I'm terrible at social media, so don't look at my account to see the practices, but someone that I do follow is Tristan Ahumada, and he has a series that I think he started pretty recently on YouTube. So it's separate from his Lab Code Agents work. It's his like own kind of side thing, and it's just like all about social media, and he really like drills deep into how you do X, how you do Y, like how to put together stuff. There's stuff about equipment you should use, you know, there's stuff about the content. I really enjoyed it. So anyone who wants to, you know, jump to the top, I think it's a great resource.
That's cool. Can you type in his name in the chat so everyone knows? Appreciate that. Yeah, that's cool. Definitely seeing what other people are doing is great. And definitely do your own research, because, you know, I feel like I know a lot about this stuff, but I'm also not a successful realtor on social media. So I've just been, you know, I just know these things from being a marketing guy. So definitely learn from the people that that have been doing it for a while. This class will definitely give you a good start, but look into it yourself too, for sure. Learn the most you can. Chris, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so you can do your command portion.
Cool. I'll start sharing them. So my part is just very, very, very basic, kind of like, I know it seems like maybe it's a lot of work to go on social media platforms and think about what you want to post, schedule it out, and Command makes it pretty easy if you have your Facebook account already connected, which you guys all should because you're running campaigns, right? So I'm in campaigns, I'm in Brian's because this is better than mine. But it's this bullhorn on the left that I clicked, and then I clicked social posts on the top. And this is what you should see. And they just added, actually, I don't know if they just added, but I just found out about this ad, is this suggested quick posts on the right-hand side. And I think this might make a lot of people's lives a lot easier because they're suggested. So like, if I really like this one, all I have to do is click this and I'm ready to go. Like, I could post this right now. This text right here is written out by KW tech people and their marketing department. So like, maybe I would obviously replace this link with whatever my app link would be. The photo is already designed. DBA logo should already be uploaded for you, especially if your marketing profile is already filled out. And then I can either publish immediately or I can schedule the post out. So let's say I already scheduled for, I don't know, today, maybe I want to do it on Friday. All I have to do is click Friday and then I'm set. I can change the time if I want to. Here's the page that I selected and I can preview the post to see what it looks like. So that's what it'll show up on the feed as. And if you don't like any of these, they even have this little shuffle thing, and you can click it, and now you've got like 2 other options instead of the other ones that they had shown before. And you can just, oh, I like this. This is another download my app. They make it really easy, and then they have the calendar right here. So like, oh, Friday, I'll just create a social post. I can write whatever I want. I can choose an image from designs. I could upload an image. Very, very easy to use and very easy to just schedule out, which might make it easier for you because that's one less thing that you have to remember. If you can just go in on like Monday and just schedule out all the posts that you want for the rest of the week, great, you're set. And you don't even have to think about like social media posting at all for an entire week. So it's really nice. And then like Connor teaches a really great class about designs. You know, I highly recommend watching those classes because an easy way to keep your branding consistent is just to go into designs, because it'll always kind of be outlaid like that KW look, but it'll allow you to just stay consistent with one kind of brand. Connor, do you have anything to add?
Nope, I was gonna say like, yeah, that's super easy to use. Most of it's already, you know, there's not much to do for a lot of these designs. Christy does have a question. How do you find the link for your app? Because a lot of those are promoting your app.
Okay. You can go into consumer on it's the last icon on the bottom left-hand side, and then click site and app settings right here on the right next to create a new site. And you'll see URLs right next to general. And Brian doesn't have an app because his hasn't been updated. He just like, I don't have an app either because I'm not an agent, neither does Connor. But when you click on URLs, your app will be here. And that's how you get there.
Thank you.
Yep.
Cool.
Is it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Shivangi, any way to not have to wait so long before launching a campaign?
No.
Not really, right? Because
Yeah.
it's going to be the same thing through Facebook.
Yeah,
It's
they
lots.
tend to-
It has to get approved. Yeah.
They tend to need that day just to go over it. So yeah, that's a tough one.
Kristen, how often are those suggested social ops updated? Do you mean the?
Do you mean like the?
Is that the
Sorry,
suggested?
it shouldn't have said social ops. I meant to say the social posts that you were just showing us, the quick posts. How often are
Like
those?
these on the right hand side?
Uh-huh.
You know, I haven't played around with it, but like I imagine like I've just clicked shuffle multiple times and I've gotten shown 2 different images. Like here's what locals say, which is pretty nice. They seem to be all directed around the app, but I imagine that, you know, you can just go into designs and upload something yourself.
Yeah,
or
I was
create
gonna.
something.
I was gonna say it looks like all of those posts are like not that customizable. All of the app ones are just stationary and you can't do much to it. So that's why all of those are suggested to easily click.
Yeah.
But if you want to take a few minutes and make one on your own, definitely go into designs and check out the social posts. Any other questions?
You guys have any questions about anything?
You guys look way too relaxed.
That's how we are.
Are you enjoying your time in your house instead of at the office?
Honestly,
No.
I would rather be doing training classes at the office because just talking to a computer screen, you can't like get any read of the crowd at all. There's no emotion, there's no laughing, there's no nothing, and it's awful.
Yeah, so that's a really challenging thing. I mean,
That's okay. I can laugh for you guys.
There you go. I know we're trying to figure out how to do the contract
I'm
classes.
here with my friend, actually. We can both laugh together.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having a picnic over here watching you guys. It's awesome.
Also, like no one's on camera, so we can't see anybody's faces. So it's equally challenging.
Shivangi, should we all unmute? Judith has a question about neighborhood smart plans.
That's my favorite topic, Judith. You know that.
Mine too.
She has the hardest and best questions.
Yeah.
Like, very purposeful, but they always stump us.
Well-
Yeah. Since we're kind of done with the social media part, no one else has any questions. Yeah, we might as well move into neighborhood smart plans since we have time.
I'm gonna stop
I have a
recording.
I have a
though,
question.
just 'cause-
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, stop recording. Go ahead.